Young niggas get it how you live it. Two dope boys in the Civic. DBN, get it how you live it. Two dope boys in the Civic.
Yo, mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check one last time.
Mic check.
Here we are again.
We are.
We are.
Boys, the motherfucking podcast.
2 boys and a half.
Quinn, who we got in the motherfucking building right now, dog?
I got Ktln. Ktln.
Oh, shit.
And see, when I say this name, I don't want you to take it lightly. And I don't want you to think this is just another artist that I'm interviewing. This is someone that I know.
Artist.
This is someone that I know. This is one of the best talents that I know. Top 5 talents that I ever met in my life. And for me to say that, that's a moment of silence.
Sounds like an elevator pitch. What's good, Ktln? What's good?
Yo, thank you. I appreciate that, man.
No, honestly,
I took a moment to kind of take that in.
Yeah, facts.
When I met you, you were very young and you were very raw, and you had your kind of style already developed. And I'm like, for sure. And you were so open to advice and to learning to what you had to do to become a better artist for yourself. And immediately, you took off. And I had the pleasure of working with you as a young artist and seeing how advanced you were. You were already at I don't know why you're sitting here with us. You know what I'm saying? You should. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, tell me with this.
That's how I feel about that. You know what I'm saying?
I know that was
it right there,
That's
man.
the roadcaster.
Nah,
I've got an argument.
But really, man, I saw it, and you were the first person that I ever asked, "Hey, please come with me," because I feel like with you, we can go places. So that shows me how much I thought about you.
What a fucking intro to the show.
Nah,
Yeah, so
he's a real guy, man.
Big elevator pitch.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
How does that feel?
You too. And it's been a minute.
How does that feel? What he just said?
It feels really good, man. Like I look up to him like a big brother.
Literally.
He literally, yeah, for sure. I'm like 1/3 of him, but it's like. First of all, like I always tell you this all the time, I think that you're one of the best talents out of the city of Miami.
Appreciate that.
And bar for bar, I think that you can go head to head with anybody out here. I've told you that, you know?
Yeah.
But I felt like you had the talent, you worked harder than I had seen in most of these local artists. And you kind of wanted to like cultivate some sort of like small community where it was like hardworking kids who just all wanted to work together to get to, whatever it was, right? And I felt like we had that. Like, for real, we were in the studio all the time. We were just around music all the time in the environment.
Yeah.
And it felt natural, It felt like I was also kind of like getting my street cred a little bit, like learning people, showing people what I was about musically and artistically and stuff like that. So it was a very cool experience, man. And for real, it's stuck with me. So.
And the crazy part about the funny part is this, and honestly, so imagine this little person,
right,
and she's out there with this, and she got this bandana on, and she comes up with a jersey, and everybody like, who the fuck is she?
What was the team though? What was the team? Specified.
DBM.
Team.
It was me, Ktln, Pamela, Elijah Black.
All right, but I that's great. But I meant like, what was the team on my jersey, bro?
Oh
Bro, specify it.
We ain't talking about that team on this.
What's the team? Is the team we just
You
talking
remember
about?
the jersey
Celtics.
so vivid?
This is Boston Celtics.
Was it
man.
a Paul Pierce jersey at least?
Yes, it was.
Probably.
It was a Paul
It was
Pierce
Paul
jersey. It was Paul
Pierce or
Pierce.
KG.
It was Paul Pierce.
Or was it a Kendrick
Rondo.
Perkins?
Nah, it wasn't.
I don't think they sell those.
Listen.
Hey, look, but let me get back to this though. When we walk in the studio, I remember one time I walked in the studio in Aventura, everybody looking like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
far ass studio, nigga.
Yeah, far as shit, man. I don't even know how the fuck we got that. I think that's when you had the broke down car.
Yeah, bro. Yo, my shit overheated, bro.
Yeah.
And it was 2:00 in the morning. I had to call my mom. I was like, bro.
Yeah, crazy shit, bro. So we went to,
Bro.
and she's singing, and it was like, every person, every studio that I went into, this is how you know someone's talented. Every studio I went into, I
By the face.
went to Shim,
The face they make.
looking crazy.
The face they make, like,
Who is she?
oh shit.
Let me get your number. honey.
Like in their head they hear this. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? And they're like, stuck.
you're a star. You feel me?
Yeah.
You too, bro.
And I think it's not fair that just Miami and South Florida and specifically this location knows about you. So this is why we have you here, so they can learn more about you.
Hell yeah.
And I want.
That's why I wanted to be here.
Appreciate you for coming through.
Who's
For real.
Ktln?
Who's Ktln?
I know her, but who's Ktln?
I'm a 22-year-old artist from Miami. I got involved with music when I was like 7.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. My mom kind of just like saw me singing Christina Aguilera's "Beautiful." Like that was my shit.
Yeah.
That was like my song, like my anthem. Like if when I die, that's the song that's playing at my funeral. Dog. Seriously, she's probably performing it. And my mom, like I got to give credit to her because like a lot of parents overlook like musical inclinations and stuff like that of kids when they're young. Like it's kind of just like, oh, my kid enjoys this, but he needs to focus on school and be this and that. Yeah. My mom saw me for what I loved, bro, and she just she put money behind it. She put me in vocal lessons, piano lessons, guitar lessons.
Oh shit, you don't hear that shit happening.
Yeah, man. And I got like my first studio experience at like 8 or 9, where the Spanish rapper, he wanted some kids to come in and do to sing the chorus for him,
like a little
one
chant.
of his songs. Yeah, and we were like gonna perform it like Gallo Ocho and stuff like that. So he picked me and my cousin, and we did that shit in like a legit studio. That was like the coolest thing ever. I was just a kid, and I was just sitting there like, damn, this is fucking awesome.
That's so young, dude, to be exposed to that.
And when's the first time that you heard yourself sing words and say, "Oh shit"?
Oh, it sounds, like how do you know?
Because we don't sing, so we don't know what that feels like. For you to be able,
and how do you know when you sound good?
Yeah,
at
like
that
when
age?
you sound good. Like,
that's the thing, though. Like you don't know. Like I don't go off of my own taste.
But your mom was fucking with it.
Like like I rely on the people close to me to like look at me and be like, that's it, or that's not it. Because like me, sometimes I think what I'm doing is the greatest thing ever, and then there's other days where I'm like, this is fucking horrible, and there's no way that I'll ever make it. Like you have days like that as an artist,
right?
More than not. So But my people tell me, hey, this is something you got to keep working on. I'm gonna do it. And when they tell me, hey, move on, and I'm like, all right, So, but yeah, like it wasn't just like I wasn't listening to myself and being like, wow, I'm really good. I just felt like I love this and I want to do this forever. So I need to start like beefing myself up now, so that's like future me is like grateful to younger me that like, thank you for working this hard, because now I'm this good, And I think about that now, dog.
I thought I said this good, nigga. Fuck out of here.
I think about that shit now though, like for real. I wish I would have worked harder back then. Like, and not saying that we didn't work hard enough, but I know I could have worked
harder.
Yeah, you can always work harder. You can always work harder. You can always work harder.
Imagine where the fuck I'd be right now. Where all of us would we be? You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's not a diss to nobody. It's just saying you could always work hard. There ain't no excuses. Amen. If you want it, go get it.
You
bro.
will motherfucking get it.
So
I think you're one of the I think you're like one of the first people I've met that have been exposed to music so fucking early in their life.
Yeah, I'm grateful.
In the act of like doing it.
Yeah.
A lot of us have been like, well, I listened to so much music when I was little.
Like we know your parents played it. Like we get it. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's
go ahead. Sang music. You did it. So who'd you look up to? I know that's such a cliche question, but now that you say you started at 7.
No, who did you look up to when you were 7?
I mean, Christina Aguilera was my go-to, but then I got into like a lot of like Disney Channel, the typical like young kid stuff. So.
And then Christina, you like the powerful in her voice? Or?
Yeah, I did. I love the power in her voice. And that's not the type of vocalist that I am, but there was something that was like, I don't know, she was able to speak through her vocals. So I was like, whatever I have, I need to figure out the same way to kind of like emulate that same sort of
right.
Power in my vocals,
Gotcha.
even though they're like soft and like, it's like smooth and touchy and stuff like that. But so,
and then after Christina, what came? Like, you said Disney Channel.
Yeah, bro. I got into rock though. Like rock, that became like my main juice. Like
you always had that too.
You always
had that.
And it's always been like a constant battle in my mind, bro. Like, which one are you today? And that's why like now I'm like, how do I blend them together so that I have the best of both worlds and it's still me, and I don't feel like I'm neglecting a side of me,
It's awesome.
But I listen to like Blink-182, Incubus. I love the Jonas Brothers. Everyone who knows me knows that shit. I love like Maroon 5. Like I just listen to a lot of bands, man. Like
Maroon 5. Okay, I can see that being key.
Yeah, but yeah.
And one thing I've noticed in seeing your path in music is your phases in your sounds. And so could you kind of give me an example of your phases? What kind of phases has Ktln gone through?
Man, that's a good question, bro. Because people who know me and who have gone like far back to like when I was like 13 putting out music on SoundCloud, they know it's like it's alternated between R&B, hard hip hop, like rap, trap rap. I've done some rock stuff in the past as well, like screamo stuff too. So it's like,
oh shit,
yeah, bro. It's just
you're
like,
everywhere. And I know this. You're everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. And I'm also like,
is there any place that you're at home though?
Oh, great question.
I'm most at home with what I'm doing now, which is like incorporating live instrumentation and still like finding a way to make it alt pop, but with urban influences, because I still come from there. You know, like my dad, he rapped. You know, my mom, that's all my mom listened to. Like I didn't get rock from her, for sure. I'll play that shit in the car, and they'll be like, "Bro, you know, like turn this shit off." I'm fucking there, like banging my head, like come on, somebody feel me, bro. You know, so I don't know. I love a lot of different things, but that's my mission, to bring everything together and to make it sound cohesive and as one thing.
And so now you feel like you've gone past because as artists we all understand this, the phases. You think you've gone through the phases and now you're the complete baked dessert now? You're already out there?
Absolutely. I think I had to go through all that shit so that I could figure out what I don't want, because being from Miami, like you guys know, this is a very urban.
Of course.
It's based on culture.
Yeah. You know, and it's like there's almost like no room for like rock artists and like indie artists and stuff like that.
Yeah, I understand that.
You know, me being a kid, being around everyone who raps and does hip hop and stuff, the easiest thing for me to kind of get a hold of was rap beats, rap everything, you know?
So rap beats, you started singing over rap beats, or you would rap?
No, well, I was kind of doing, I was rapping at first. Like my first stage name was Kid Verse.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Kid
That's when
Verse.
you know you want to rap,
Bro.
nigga.
Yeah, you got bars.
Kid
You got
Verse,
bars.
nigga.
Dude, yeah, no. I performed at King of Diamonds. My mom booked me that.
Damn.
My mom, I was 16. My mom booked that for me, bro.
Damn, that's a big
That was
venue.
the coolest thing ever, to have your mom give you dollar bills to throw on a stripper, and you're like uncomfortable with the situation. So it's like, I don't want to
Yeah. That's so awesome. Though.
Thank
you,
Mom.
Yeah.
But that was awesome, you know?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can say that.
Truly.
But yeah, so I got into the rap beats, and then I started doing like R&B stuff because I was already singing. So that's kind of where you met me, you know. I was doing like all that R&B stuff.
Yeah.
It's just typical R&B, you know. And then so basically after you and I kind of went our own separate ways, I kind of got discovered by an independent label who was, you know, about to receive a distribution deal from a major label.
Gotcha.
And with them, I mean, it was obviously like rap and R&B and that kind of vibe. That's what they expected out of me anyways, because that's the kind of music that I had out
At that time,
you know?
yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Coming from where
so,
we, okay, I
right.
understand.
So it's expected, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I knew myself, like I knew that I was growing, like, you know, I play instruments, like I want to start playing instruments on my records, like I want to play with a live band, like, you know, and none of that was being incorporated into the music. Everything was just kind of still the same urban stuff, which I felt it wasn't allowing room for like personal growth, you know,
Exactly.
musical growth, whatever.
Yeah.
So
What instruments do you play?
I play a guitar, I play the keys.
What's happening right here?
Yo, he's wanted, bro. Please chill.
What instruments you said? Sorry, Ktln.
Go ahead, Ktln.
I gotta make sure, man. I'm making sure you're good.
What's going on the side right here, dog? Like a little sneaky deal.
So yeah, go ahead.
The Celtics must be losing. Go ahead.
Can
What were you saying?
Hey, check for real though.
Go
It's a
ahead.
real concern.
Check that Celtics score
Please.
because she about to wild
I got you. I'll
out,
check
bro.
it out. Go ahead. The instruments that you play. Sorry.
So
Yeah, guitar and keys. Yeah.
okay, so I kind of want to get back to what you were saying. After you met this independent label, distribute. So what happened after that?
So yeah, I started working with them. I honestly like I lived in their studio. Like I'm
literally.
literally my mom. My mom had just gotten a new job.
Hold on, shout out to mom. She's getting a lot of like.
lot of
She's
credit.
very
Give some
involved.
balls from mom,
She's
please.
very fucking involved, man.
I gotta talk about her.
Yeah.
She's involved in a lot of
60 to 62. Celtics up by 2, third quarter.
I'm gonna stay quiet.
Go ahead.
Good.
It's a 2-point game. Come on.
So
Living in the studio.
yes, my mom moved to Jacksonville for a better job opportunity. She took all the kids. There's
Right.
5 of us in total
Oh,
in her
shit.
house. So she took all the kids, but she gave me the option. You can come with me or you can stay behind. And I
course.
told her, you know, like I have this opportunity to work with this label. You never know what's going to happen.
Never
I
know.
need to stay back.
Right,
So
right.
she left and I literally lived out of my car and slept in that studio for a year to year and a half. And I was just living studio life every day. Like she can attest to that because she was there. You know, and she had a job, so she was there till 4 a.m, then going to work at 7 a.m.
Oh, shit.
But we were in the studio,
And that's working
all night.
double.
That
That's
is
working
working.
double.
That's what that
Exactly.
is.
Exactly.
and that's what it usually takes, though. Like from an artist who's not in that blessed,
of course,
position to like not work. That's what it takes, So yeah, I'm living there and I'm making all this music, and I'm meeting people of importance, man. I'm meeting radio hosts, I'm showing them my music, whatever. So that was kind of like a facade, because I was so young. I was like 17, and all that stuff like kind of it touched me in a way. I was like, damn, like I can be somebody because I'm hanging with the somebody, right? And my music was getting played in Live and Cameo and all this shit. But there was like no thorough business plan for the artist.
Yeah. Quick question: What year was this?
This was 2014.
Okay, I'm trying to keep a timeline for people that are listening.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So there's no thorough business plan for the artist. Like, nobody's talked to me about a marketing budget. Nobody's talked to me about setting up music videos, photo shoots.
It's just talk right now.
Nobody's even tried to access my social media accounts.
Right.
And I'm young. Like, thank God that I thought about it this way, because I could have just kept sitting there like, shit. Like, I'm, you know who I'm meeting, bro? I just got flown out to New York. Yeah. I'm like working in the studio up there. Like, whatever. But like something just snapped, and it was just like, yo, you're doing all of this and nothing's happening, bro. And don't flirt with the idea that like you can be somebody because you're seeing all these people who have something.
Yeah, just because you're around it. Yeah.
That right there can trigger a lot of
cloudy.
people.
It's very cloudy.
You get around it, and so you start thinking you are them.
Oh, I'm in. Yeah,
absolutely.
Very cloudy. Very cloudy.
Absolutely. So my business partner Brian, he was there to see the end of that. And the end of that kind of just looked like me being tired with that and just being like, well, like me and him got together, and we used to just work on beats like till the sun came up. Like,
quick question. So what's the stretch from 2014 to meeting Brian? Is that the same time?
So Brian met me probably like 2015.
Okay, so like a year into the whole sleeping in the whip studio life.
And he lived like less than a mile away from the studio.
Right.
So we reconnected, and I was like, yo, come through to the studio, because he was producing music. So he came by, he would play his beats and stuff. But then one day I don't really know how this happened. I just know that one day we got together and we were just like, let's move forward. Let's start our own business, and let's just do it ourselves. Like, we can do it ourselves because social media exists.
Exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I left that place, and I'm literally slept on his couch for another year and a half.
So now we're at 2016
in Brian's crib.
Yeah.
Okay, so once we're fucking with Brian, are we not fucking with that initial independent label?
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course. There's dissenting like voices everywhere. I mean, people want you to be a part of their team. They think that they have already invested so much time in you. Like, why are you leaving? But nobody really understands it. It's like, well, because, I kind of gave everything and I had nothing more to give, there was nothing that was happening. So what do y'all expect me to do? Like, sit here and
they knew you were whipping it?
Like that I just...
The people that in the independent label, they knew that you were in the studio and sleeping in your whip sometimes?
Yeah. Like, they knew my situation. I was sleeping in there with a couple of people.
You're just not priority.
No, I was the only artist. I was the only artist.
Take care of me.
Take care of me.
It was just the lack of thorough like contrivance within what the artist is gonna look like, who the artist is gonna speak to, things like that. There was nothing. There was not even a discussion of that.
Yeah.
So that was concerning to me. You're just having me make a whole bunch of music like a machine.
Okay, so...
And I'm glad she's saying that, because it happens to a lot of fucking artists, including us.
Yeah.
It happened to us as well.
We were sleeping in the whip, too.
I'm saying we were sleeping in the whip, and then a label put us into a studio house, basically.
Right.
For us to live without a job.
Shout out Big Cash.
A lot of conversation and no action. Yes. It's so annoying.
A lot of talk, a lot of phone convo.
They promise you a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's like, they try to manipulate you. It's what it is,
And at this age, but you're still, in 2016, you guys are smart enough to say, let's do it by ourselves.
Yeah.
And so tell us how this goes from there.
Yeah, so now you're on Brian's couch 2016, so where do we go from here?
I was on his couch till April of 2018 or 17.
Oh, that's a good-ass couch.
17. Okay.
That's
so
a little
17.
minute.
And during this time, you guys are making new music with new sound. You're finding yourself.
Yeah,
what's happening?
Right. So we're working with new producers. We're working on new music. That's all that we were doing. Everything was behind the scenes, just defining the sound. What we're gonna.
Is this when you went ghost on social media a little bit? You're
Yeah.
like, you're kind of developing yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly, I didn't have anything to post because I wasn't anywhere. Like I was just working on I was just working on music.
Right.
And I still struggle sometimes because I'm always in the home studio. So like I always feel like I don't have any content, but they're opening me up a little bit more. You know, show yourself in the studio, show yourself working. I'm
so
like,
you've never been a shower this whole time? You've never been a shower?
No.
Yeah.
I really don't even like social media, bro. To be quite honest with you, what I do like is being able to communicate with people from everywhere. Like
the connection factor, the connection.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
you know,
awesome,
for us to connect with someone in another country.
Yeah, like you can, dead ass networking through DMs. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. But that also opens up such a negative. It creates room and space for such negativity.
And a lot of like negative energy coming through. You know.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people use it for that. You know, more than for good.
And so you're developing yourself. You're curating this new artist with this more developed artist. And what happens from here? How do you guys get into 909?
So we actually started 909 in 2016. That's when it was like legally, established. And I mean, honestly, like ever since then, we've just been working on what's next. Everything has just been towards working on what's next. But it's
working on the now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, but we've gone through, like, we've made a whole bunch of records. Like the catalog is pretty thick, because I've just been sitting working.
Yeah.
But it's been like a battle to figure out what it is that you're going to release. What's the best thing? People haven't heard from you in like 3 years. Like I just released 2 singles, Senorita and Dive, July 29th. That was the first stuff I had released in 2 to 3 years. Two maybe.
Oh shit.
Something like that.
And I was so proud of that record because it's like you came out, like you took this hiatus and you came back and you were so polished, even not only vocally, not just production wise, but even like to the cover art, to the way you displayed it, everything about it.
You talking about? I like the cover art for Dive.
I like
Thank
Senorita.
You.
I like that shit hard.
So you see how
that's
it
dope, man.
So
the Dive one is hard as fuck.
Shout out to Javon. Great art. I'm so sorry.
But it's
I
like
appreciate
it's like I feel like every artist, and I know you can relate to this too, Jazzy, and it's like we come to the point where we finally feel like, okay, we know what we got to do.
Yeah.
We know the way that it has to be put out, and if it's not put out this way, there's no reason.
There's no point in even doing it.
And I feel like that's what you did. You took the hiatus to say, let me get my shit right. Let me get all my shit right, and now I'm ready to launch. And I feel like you haven't even launched all the way.
We haven't. Like, I want to do visuals and stuff, but like we discussed, like listen, you're
independent.
Very independent. That means just whatever income these two people who run the business make, that's what we're limited to.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean?
The
so
budget.
It's like there is no investor, there's none of that. It's just basically, selling merch, okay, and doing whatever you can to generate some revenue for the company. But I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what the question was.
So basically, we're talking about after 2016, you guys start developing 909. You're making this music. So what's happening after this to get to where we are now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, like ever since then, I've just been ducking out, like in a home studio, just working on my own stuff. But so now we have an EP that's coming out early next year, and so we are talking.
I
about
like how she says "we." That's awesome.
It's awesome.
We're
that's
a team.
Great. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's great.
So we're dropping an EP early next year. And so what it is that basically, it also costs to like get producers involved. And like, once you start adding people into the mix, it costs you, right?
Of course.
So, I love music. I love all aspects of music. So every time that I would be with producers and stuff, like I would always think to myself, like, what's stopping me from like doing the same thing that they're doing?
Right,
like I understand music. I know music theory. Like, like why aren't I doing the same thing?
Why do I have to pay for these beats? Yeah.
Bingo. That was the thing that slapped me in the face because we were starting to lose money. Like we kind of didn't have money for all the things that we wanted to do. So I was like, man, like I need to be writing all the time. I'm always writing. I'm always creating because I feel like I have to keep my brain running. Because when I take long breaks, it kind of just, it's like getting back on the court after like a year.
You got to play like 3 or 4 games.
I'm going to look like Hayward for the first year, but I'm going to come back like the second year. But respect to Gordon Hayward, most improved player.
Yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay. And so whatever. I just got on Logic, man. I started making some beats, and I was sending them to him. I told myself
You trash at first?
Yeah, I was pretty trash.
Yeah, because he just said it. Cause she just said it like, yeah, I got on Logic, started making some beats. Like she instantly knew, like, as soon as she opened the program, it was like a rap. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay, like I went to Robert Morgan, so I went. I was in sound engineering.
Someone told me that was the knockoff Coral Reef, but whatever.
You know what?
That's the second time we say this on this podcast.
That's not a lie though. That's not a lie.
I'm just saying that's what they told me.
That's not a lie. I wouldn't say that's a lie. I felt like we were kind of like an off-brand, you know.
But yeah, so you start producing your own stuff, and at first is it trial and error, or you just immediately produce
fire?
Hot fire
Are you
shit?
just instantly Timberland?
Well, nah. I'm not instantly nothing. Dog. It takes hard work, bro. I don't know. Well, maybe one day I'll release the old tapes, bro.
Got you.
But nah. I mean, I thought some of them were trash, but I was just always writing. Like I was thoroughly putting the songs together. So making the production and then writing the song.
And it helps you write, exactly. Yeah,
because it helps me do everything in one.
Right.
I'm practicing.
Awesome.
I'm practicing what my first trade is, which is songwriting and singing. You feel me? And then doing everything else. So he's been keeping progress, and now we have a 4-track EP, and it's like I'm including some of my favorite producers. Like there's this guy Doug that I work with out of California.
Nice, shout out
Doug. Super dope. He really helps us.
He sounds like a white guy that's just fire.
Is he a white guy?
He's fire.
Is he a white guy?
Man, I don't know.
What? You don't even know how he looks?
I don't know what Doug is. I've seen a picture of Doug, but I don't know what he is.
I haven't met too many black Dougs though, so it should be a white guy.
Hey, what do you teach me how to Dougie? You don't think that was about a guy named Douglas?
That's Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, I know, but that's one black dude. I'm just saying. I don't know a lot of guys named Doug. You know a black guy named Doug?
No.
You feel me?
You know black guy named
I don't even know a Doug now I think about it. Oh, I know one Douglas. He's Hispanic.
Be like Smooth. I used to love that thing, man. Woo.
So
what?
He just mad because the Celtics is losing. Let me see the score.
Check the score though. Check the score.
I got you.
My bad. Where we on right now?
I don't know, man.
Ish, get us right.
We were on 4-track EP.
4-track EP.
Producer Doug from Cali.
Doug from Cali.
I'm too nasty at this podcast shit.
Y'all heard of Mentally Rich, Baya Sounds, French? Mm-hmm. You probably seen it on Instagram maybe, but him, I've worked with him and some guys.
Baya Sounds, right?
Yes.
I know, Kev heard
Yes,
him.
actually, cool fact about him and basically he was like part of a group of producers called DNA, AOM, Mentally Rich Creators, and they were the first to actually help me create the style, kind of like, or the song of the style that I was really trying to hone in on. So like they were the first guys.
That's a great moment.
Really
that feels great,
you
right?
Finally get that sound that you've been
super
wanting.
Relieved. Super relieved. Like in your head.
Mixed all the genres, all the sound. And from there you have the recipe.
Yeah. It's a relief off your shoulders.
It felt like I gave up my V card, bro. I was like, what?
Shit.
Right.
Bro.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Right.
So you got this 4-track EP and these producers. That's all the producers that's on it.
Yeah.
And you produced on it as well, obviously. And Senorita Dive. Those are just singles that you wanted.
No. Why would you give out 2 tracks out of a 4-track EP? That'd
those
be
are
stupid.
just 2 singles that I put out because I felt like I needed to feed the people.
And
That's
the
why
big dope boy
one.
question: are you gonna give us the name of this EP?
Fuck no.
Oh man, that sucks. We never get no exclusive shit on
never
here.
get no
People
name.
just come. People come here to not answer shit.
Hey, there's something coming.
Hey, but time out. Do you ever think that maybe it's because of them and not because of you?
It's always because of us. It's the
not
Two
'cause
Dope
of
Boys
you.
podcast.
It's not because it's not. I don't want to give it to you because it's you. I just can't give it
Oh,
to you because
no,
of us.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
me.
yeah.
It's
No,
not
man,
you. It's
we
basically
got it,
what I'm
we
trying
got
to
it, we
say.
got it.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, can we know at least the timetable?
Yeah.
What quarter to
I said
expect it
early
in?
next year, man. Like
Early.
first quarter.
First quarter.
First quarter.
Okay, so she's trying to come up by 50.
Yeah. Right.
So, Senorita Dive, not part of this 4-track EP, but who produced Senorita?
Oh, who produced Senorita? That was Butterfly. He goes by Butterfly now.
Butter?
Butter.
Okay, Butterfly.
Boom.
All right, then for sure. So let's
You know
play.
him?
Nah, I don't know.
Oh,
Butter.
I thought you knew him, man.
Yeah, she said it like you knew,
Butterfly.
She said it like you do, buddy. That's why. So which one I'll play? Dive? I'll play Senorita.
Senorita.
All right, Senorita from the motherfucking Tippy, dog.
Bro.
so benevolent, wondering why it never ends. Maybe I don't wanna pretend. No, when you lose all control. You're still so damn beautiful. And if I asked to dance into the shadows of the indigo, whoa, easy go, my lover. I ain't looking for another. Don't hide under these covers from showing what's really under. No, ooh, so ease up, 'cause I really need ya. Oh, ooh, señorita, I never thought that I need ya. Oh, baby, under your cheetah, I just wanna relieve ya. Oh, señorita, yeah, señorita. We see different saturations with your vibrations. I don't need no damn variation. You could be my medication. I'll keep feeding my temptations. Don't make me wait, not another day. Do it just like you say, and baby, another day. We're different shades of the same grace. Whatever you say, yeah. Oh, I love her. I ain't looking for another, no. Don't hide under these covers from showing what's really under, no. Ooh, so ease up, 'cause I really need ya. Oh, ooh, señorita, I never thought that I need ya. Oh, baby, under your cheetah, I just wanna relieve ya. Oh, señorita, yeah, señorita. Ooh, so ease up, 'cause I really need ya. Oh, señorita, I never thought that I need ya. Oh, baby, under your cheetah, I just wanna relieve ya. Oh, señorita, yeah, señorita. Under the stars, we watch them all align. Hoping you will fall in with time. I don't want somewhere lost in my mind. Looking at you, coming in mine. Go on and save me. Take me as I am, while I take you as you are. Go
That's it. That's right now. Go ahead. Ooh, señorita. It's a banger, 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 banger if I ever heard one.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
that's
thank
great.
you,
That's
brothers.
100%. In the
Thank you, brothers.
in
I heard
in
that
the-
shit earlier
In
today,
the
yeah.
writing credits and the songwriting credits, how many names are there?
I wrote the song, and Butterfly produced the song.
So that means on the songwriting credits, there's one name,
One name and one
and
name
that's
only.
you. Boom.
I'm not opposed to collaboration though. Like I am willing. Like nobody knows, but if you know, already know. this man right here gave me that record. And that was the first record that I, like, that was like my first official single on like any platform. That was big.
Right.
And it's crazy. I was writing that record on a walk with my dog.
I love it.
Yeah. And I just started, I was singing it, and I'm like, man, I'm not going to lie to you. You sound good singing it, but you might want to give it to her.
That's
Just
hard.
do it.
That's
Just
hard. That's hard,
Just
bro.
do it.
Tough decision.
Ain't that hard?
I mean, for me, it's never been hard because rest in peace. Today's his birthday. But Static Major.
Bring the mic up, Broski.
Static Major has always been one of my main influences, and songwriters in general. I've always been into as a child. I've always loved the fact looking up a song and then finding out who wrote it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're
So
like mad excited.
So like when I looked up "You Are Not Alone" by Michael Jackson, and I saw Robert Kelly in the credits, I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How does that happen?"
Yeah.
I couldn't understand that as a young person. So I've been loving the fact of the people write songs for other people. Smokey Robinson wrote "My Girl" for the Temptations. People, shit that you'll never know.
A lot of behind the scenes action.
A lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So basically, I had no problem. It was just the first person that I actually felt comfortable doing it with. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't found a person that I could say, damn, they could take it to the next level. I could do that, what they're doing.
That's
but
cool.
you could take my record to the next level.
That record was
and you took
already
it to the next
great.
level. You took it to the next level.
That was
I wish
an awesome
we had
record.
that so you could hear that.
Elijah Black, he produced it. Shout out to him.
Oh, he made the beat for that?
Yeah, he made the
Oh,
beat.
nice.
Yeah, so
That was
it was
just
like
a dope
a
record,
full in-house DBM thing.
Right.
And that was dope, man.
We should probably get back to that record and maybe make it a reference. Or
And
something.
make some new things.
Oh,
But I
man,
definitely,
that's a great
Ktln,
record,
I
bro. Let's
definitely,
just
I
win.
would definitely want to make music with you. I want to make a song with you.
Awesome, man.
I want to
I'm about
cut
it.
something up with you.
Hell yeah.
I think we'll make some dope shit as well as you, Jazzy. Jazzy, we haven't talked about Jazzy yet in this interview. Come
Y'all
through. Say
haven't
something-
even
say something
seen
to the mic. Come
Jazzy.
say something to the mic.
It's,
real
a,
quick.
say
it's
something
mad,
to the mic,
mad
man.
traffic right
Mad
here.
traffic.
Mad
She'll
traffic.
get through. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead.
No, she
I
got it,
told
she
you
got
I could have been set up the other mic, but they're like, no, it's my interview. I can't get nobody in my interview.
This is Jazzy F the Queen.
Yes,
Go ahead,
sir.
girl.
This
Go
is
ahead,
not.
girl.
This is someone with stats in the game. Someone with years in the
Big
game.
stats, big
So if
stats,
you don't
big
know this
stats.
name, you're not really in the game. You're not really in the game. You know what I'm saying?
You're not in the game.
And what role did she play in not your career, in your life?
Oh, this is my best friend, no doubt. And we've seen the ugly together. Like we've slept in studios together. And now to see her signed is like, it's crazy. It's crazy because it's like
happening.
I remember us like sitting there talking about it and just like wishing for some of the things that are kind of coming into fruition.
Exactly.
Now. So
It's a great moment.
great.
You can pull
Awesome.
up that chair if you want, the little computer
Here,
chair.
Take my chair. Take mine. Here, you can have it. Please.
This is awesome to see you guys still working years later. This is
Right.
it happens so often when you find your music soulmate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's not like guaranteed.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not guaranteed.
This is my guy right here.
Yeah.
This is my fucking guy
You-
right
you
here.
can't
fucking
replace that, bro.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like no matter what you can bring to the table, there's no one who's gonna be able to bring the best out of me like this person right, here.
right.
You know
Mutual.
what I'm
It's
saying?
mutual.
And understand each other.
I feel like once you found her, it was like we all worked with and mingled with everyone, but once you found her, you were like, okay,
This is the one right here.
You were there the first time we worked together.
yeah, I was there.
He was?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Shim Studio. was
Hey,
the first
shout
time
out
we met.
Shim across the
That was the first time we
Skrizzy.
met. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, my memory is fried. Boy.
yeah,
Like,
man,
Jesus,
Shim,
It was at
then
Shim's house
Jazzy.
studio.
Yeah,
At the
Studio
crib?
house.
yeah. at the
Oh,
crib.
Lord.
Shim's
Backyard,
backyard.
the shed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to say first of all, I'm very proud of you guys.
Yeah, G shit out the bottom.
I'm looking forward to this EP with no name.
Untitled.
Untitled.
You know what I'm saying?
KTLN.
That's a
Just
good name.
keep a lookout. Keep a lookout on my Instagram and my Twitter and everything else. KTLN Music.
Will you
and
come back
you'll
and
find
announce it
out.
here? Or no?
I mean, listen. If you guys want, you guys know like where to find. Don't.
no, but I
play.
definitely want you to. I definitely want you to come here, and not just
Nigga
only as
throwing
artists,
his
but
fanny
come
pack
through.
like he was about to
No,
leave
he's ready
right
to
now,
go, and he
nigga.
hasn't even finished the sentence, bro. Go ahead, tell me.
Nah, man. She talking about the Celtics game. She's trying to go see it.
What do you
But
even
it's-
have in there, bro?
Yo, telling me with this.
Okay, all right. Let's go check this out.
No.
Oh wait.
Where you going? Where you going? I just put it here because I didn't want to hold it.
What kind of outro was
I
that?
was leaving too.
No, we're not leaving.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to tell your peeps?
yeah,
Like,
is there-
Take over,
Is there
Ask
any?
Jazzy about her
Is
childhood.
there anything that The 909 Jazzy F KTLN, is anything you need to tell your people,
The
your
people
fans,
right
your
now.
supporters?
This is going to be
this is what you
an Instagram clip right here, dog. And they're gonna watch it and they want to know what the fuck you're about to say, dog. It's called the hot seat. Give me something.
It's burning, but nah, seriously though, like
Talk it to the mic, please.
Don't tell me what to do, man. That's aggressive, man. No, we made the decision to take the long road and go independent, and we did that for a reason, because we want to say something, and we want to say something to the people who are willing to listen, and like for real, we trying to change lives in the world. Like, this is bigger than Miami, than us, me, him.
Yeah.
It's not even about us, like, for real. Take me out of it. It's just about like music that says something and that it's helping people. That's all we want to do. Like, that's our purpose, bro.
We appreciate artists like you.
Thanks,
really
man.
do.
I appreciate people like you guys who like want the same thing and who are willing to like sit down and like, let's talk about it. What can we do? Let's
do it.
provide
Right,
solutions.
right,
you know,
right.
not more problems. Like, don't complain. Like, let's fix it.
Last thing before you leave, you said you had like a intro song for us.
Ooh.
You did.
Yeah.
She did.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hold on, we got what's up?
Ah, man.
What?
One more thing. You guys can go to my website, our website, 909records.com. And basically what we're doing is we provided a way for people to be able to donate to St. Jude's kind of through us. What we do is we sign up for races, you know, across the state. And
Can you clap the hands?
I don't think I have to clap the hand.
yeah, that's the same thing. So yeah, we're signing up for races across the state, and people can donate on a per mile basis, or you know, on flat rate basis, and it goes directly to St. Jude's. It doesn't even touch our company. You know, we're just trying to do the groundwork for it, and you know, also go through some sort of like mental challenges in the process. Like, you know, he's about to do a 24-hour race, like literally running for 24 hours, and people have the opportunity to, you know, put their money where their mouth is, or come run with us. Like, we do 3-mile races. We do those. Come do it with us and just show people, like, you know, you're willing to do something. Like, we don't run. We just do it because it's hard.
Yeah.
It's a mental challenge. It's freaking arduous, and nobody wants to do it for fun.
I was mistaken. So Brian's actually on the run for real.
Yeah, he's about to do that this month.
Got you.
Actually, 2 weeks from now.
It looked like you got, when you were announcing the St. Jude stuff, it looked like you got a little emotional. Or is there a reason behind that?
What? I care about the kids, bro. I care about doing something that's more than like, it's just more than me. It's more like it. I feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose when I start to do things that are for other people. You know,
I feel so much bigger. Huh?
So much bigger. You know, I don't know. You don't feel like selfish, and like, I don't know. You just feel just like you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're a vessel.
It feels right.
You know?
It feels right when you give back and shit. I know.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you guys for having me. I love you too. Seriously, we are family. I'm gonna say that in the mic so that everybody knows that's family right there.
Family.
For real. Hey, I'm a DBM affiliate. Please.
Hey,
please.
You know what the fuck is.
It's on there.
It's on there. It's just like you gotta glow in the dark. You know, like that's it. Like,
there's a D somewhere. In
Wagwan, my youth, Rastafari. One eye to my alumni. You see me. To the boys in and out.
To the boys, man. See y'all next time.